Okay, so I thought I'd make a video because the casino closed my session. I walk away, and sometimes it'll kick in and close it. Sometimes it doesn't. It just, it's inactivity basically. Um, so, you know, that's we're going to start a new session. So let's do another one. Why not? I mean, I'm going to do it anyway, so I might as well just continue to rack up new sessions so the pattern can show itself over and over. The more the merrier. And so right now we're at 559.40. So we need to go ahead and get that on there. So I'll go with black again. 5. Yep, 59, and then 40. Okay, and then I'm just going to bet on my favorite. So that's going to be 16 and 21. I'm going to bet a full unit to start off because that's how I like to do it. Um, you want to start betting off with a full unit because the odds are so favorable at the straight 99%. I prefer to do that rather than waiting. I think waiting is counterproductive. I think the best thing to do is be aggressive on our initial approach because the odds are so much in our favor. And can this fail? Of course, 1 in 100 times it will fail. Okay, and we don't know which one is dominant, but I don't think waiting around is the right thing to do statistically. And I limit that. I will bet 1 unit for 3 coups, and then I will drop off. But you can actually go as long as you want. I mean, you can check the chart. There's a chart that shows the percentage. I've shown that in other videos, and you can determine how long you want to bet 1 unit, whatever you feel like. My main goal is to take losses from the sun deck or in the shelter. Okay, losses are the number one most important. Avoiding them is the number one most important thing. And so, anyway, let's go ahead and start spinning, and see what happens. And we have no idea what's going to happen. This is going to be a brand new character. This wheel is going to produce a brand new character, and we have no idea what it's going to be. So let's go, and it's kind of exciting. It's like an adventure. So here we go. All right. So good. That's one. So now I'm going to go back, bet again a full unit, and we're all normal here. So here we go. 28. Okay. One of these days I'll get tagged, but it's rare. I mean, the chances are the same as if we bet 36 numbers, and they're actually a little bit better than that. 36 numbers at once. What's the chances of us missing? It's very small. Um, so, and certainly on this one, it's way, way smaller than that. Um, so, but over the next 3 coups, it's the same. That is the equivalent of betting, and it's a little bit better than betting 36 numbers for 1 spin. That's the way I decided to do it. It's just my preference. And so, the RNG is defining itself, and so we're just going to go with what it shows us. And okay, so now we're in the March. This is the March. Here we go. And okay, still marching. There we go. All right. So now we are obviously on a negative number. That's unacceptable. It means we have to move. Absolutely have to. Where we're going to move to is the question. And it looks pretty clear that we're going to want to go to 10 to 15. Okay. That's definitely, at this point it's way too early to say, oh, this is the king of the hill, right? But let's check our stats on it. It's here, right? 10 to 15. Okay. And okay, we're at 4. So that is bettable. And just checking the competition, we can see, okay, 25 to 30, okay, is the only other concern at this point. And at 25 to 30, we see yes, you see. So even though this is a very fluid situation when you first start, it's following the same pattern basically. Okay, you have a king of the hill, you have a queen of the hill. Okay, they're both the same. Normally, when the situation isn't as fluid, I'm like, oh well, we have equal STR numbers, and we're so close. Therefore, I'm not going to bet. And normally that's what I would follow. But so far, my habit in the beginning is to be a little more liberal, on my approach. It's just the way I've been, I felt that I want to do it. So I'm going to be betting here, and the one thing that Renaud, like Renaud says, he knows for a fact that by betting this double street, he's not on the sleepers streets like this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, now this is obviously so early, but especially this one. And it's so early. It's like it's only 12 spins, right? So anyway, let's just see what happens. Let's see if this continues on an uptrend, and there's a good chance it will. And our main competition is going to be 25 to 30. If we get wrecked here, it's going to be because of this double street, and most likely. So let's just watch what happens here. This is my second coup. All right. All right. And we have 559.54. All right, so now we see that we have a duplicate, okay, on the fastest one. And so then we see that our selection is at 4, and the competition, the immediate competition, is also going to be at 4. Now, okay, how is the other one doing? 25 to 30. Okay, let's take a look. And we see it's also at 4. Yikes. This is pretty scary. Yeah, not sure I like that. Let's see. Got two sleepers, and yep, 2 sleepers. It's so early, and like things don't quite make sense, things don't quite make sense, and we're sharing this repeater, and no repeaters. Oh boy. Okay. This is kind of like dispersion here, okay, but it's so early, it's showing the similar patterns, right? And so it's so difficult to gauge when things move so fluidly, and it's so close and so early. So I'm going to go ahead and take my third coup. Normally this would be a if these things were this close in an advanced state, this would be a good time to be in the shelter. And I'm going to hit the sun deck after this coup, and let's just see how roulette handles this. This is very interesting. The 7 to 12 and 10 to 15 are sharing a strong repeater. Otherwise, these selections are pretty much equal, except these two. I mean, they're equal as far as the STR numbers, the streak numbers, but these two have a higher HS ratio, and I think this is the key. Now, there's so much fluidity, though, and putting all that thought into it is, it's like in a 75 spins or whatever, it's going to be entirely different. So I'm going to go for it. This is going to be my third coup, so let's go ahead. See? Oh my. Alright, so 559.64. Okay, and let's just take a look what we're looking at here. Okay, we see 4. Right, and we come over to the left, and we also see 4. Okay, and 25 to 30, and we're still showing 4. So, what can be said? What can be said is that we now have 2 hot repeaters that are shared by both of these numbers, 2 and 3. Okay, we see here and here 10 and 12 are being shared. The opposition, which is these two numbers, okay, are both came in recently, as opposed to the opposition on ours. Well, they came in recently, just not quite as recently as this one. So this is dangerous. I mean, this is a dangerous area. So, well, anyway, I'm going to be happy and go back down to my I'm going to be happy and go back down to my sun deck here, and go ahead and continue on and see what happens. We have no idea what's going to happen here. This 25 to 30 is falling off, and we've got some issues here. But it's so early that I'm not worried. I'm not going to worry like I normally do. But I am going to go down to the sun deck. Let's be just on straight statistics. 7 coups in a row. Obviously I haven't been on except for 2 of them. So, and our original selection still only has had that 1 coup. And so, that was a good move to move. It's a good move. And let's see what happens. Too much analysis, when it's so fluid. I think that's the right way to go. And just to kind of back off a little bit, Okay, so there it is, 7 to 12. The opposition hit. Okay, in other words, this one, the opposition is, here. Okay, see, and this entire street is now active against our 2 to 1. Now, I don't switch in mid. I do not switch in midstream, but this 7 to 12 is looking better. Okay, just noting that, and we did type it in. So let's see what happens. 22. Okay. 32. 22 again. Okay. 11. All right. And 11 is also. All right, so it's pretty clear. We've shifted. So let's go ahead and put this in. 559.65. Okay. Go and check our status here. We have a 5er. Okay. Here, if we go over, we have a 6er. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're going to shift over now to 7 to 12, and we're going to be raising half a unit. So we're going to go up to a full unit on 7 to 12. Okay, and that's clearly the king of the hill. We pretty much have to go here, and we have every reason to do so. So 7 to 12, full unit, expecting an updraft here right now. So let's see what it does. Okay, that is excellent, and we have 559.67. All right, and we're still at 6. Going to continue. Full unit on 7 to 12. Here we go. There we go. And we have 559.77. Okay, checking, and we're still at 6. We're going to continue on a full unit, taking full advantage of this updraft. And we are pulling away. We are now showing a dominance. Now, obviously, it's very, very early, but we're showing this normal statistical pattern, this dominance. Let's see how it works. Let's see how it goes. Here we go. Okay. 23. 28. Okay. 26. Okay. Oh, 28. All right. Doubling. Okay. And this is expectation. So here we go. All right. Okay. And here's another one. Okay. And up one. So here we go. See how fast we can get a hit. Okay, another one. All right, 13. Okay, so here we go. All right. So again, I don't switch in midstream. I'm going to stick with this. We're going to start marching now, and we need, let's just see. We need to see a hit in the marches. So here we go. This is a sixer, okay, that has some competition on there, and it's early. But a sixer, I've never seen a sixer fail, not yet anyway. It's not like I've been searching for it. So let's see what happens. Here we go. Marching. And there's 13 and 15. Okay, that's why it happened. 35. Okay. And we're marching. Still. Okay. And the end of the march. This is the end of the march. So I'm expecting a hit, of course. Here we go. Alright. And now we've left the march. So this is going to have a negative impact upon our future with this double street. Most likely 10 to 15 is going to be the bettable option. So, alright, here we go. Okay. 1, 2. Here we go. Definitely expecting a hit in this progression. So, here we go. Last of the Mohicans here. Alright. So now we go to yeah, it's supposed to go to 34, so here we go. Ooh. Yep. Alright, things have changed. Things have changed. I don't switch, I don't move, I don't do anything. I just stay where I am. Okay, and now we're at 42. So this will be if this happens, this will be the first time I've ever seen a sixer fail. So this will be very instructive if it does fail. And looking back upon this video, if this happens, this will be very helpful. So 42, all right, and so here we go. Okay, and now it's 559.87. Now the key is what I wasn't doing before and what I'm doing now is we want to look at what roulette is really doing. What is the reality of what it is actually doing? Okay, and we see what's happening. We know we have a king of the hill here, so let's just look. We have 25 to 30 and 28 to 33, and then we have 7 to 12 and 10 to 15. So I already know we're going to be going here, so let's take a look at 10 to 15 as such. Okay, so what we have is 4. Okay, our 7 to 12 we don't even care about. I mean, but it's down to 2, which is obvious. Okay, all right, and this is a balanced. This is balanced. There's only one opening on each of the streets, so we have 2 and 2. That's strong. All right, the other ones we're looking at again is 25 to 30 and 28 to 33. All right, so here we also have 2 and 2. Okay, so that's balanced, and here we have 3. Okay, so 25 to 30 is the main threat against our 10 to 15 here. Okay, so now it's approaching, you know, and it's getting a little more solid. Okay, a little more area of concern. Okay, so because of this strong approach and because of the equality, it's a judgment call. You can go for it. Okay, I mean, you know, you like this, that's great, and this, that's great. Okay, and you know, shocks, look at that, you know, that's pretty strong collection right there. So, you know, and here doesn't count. So 25 to 30 is the enemy, right? But the general rule that I follow is, if we're concerned, okay, about the opposition because it's close, and I know it's early, but if we're concerned, we look at the number of STRs. There's 4 of them, and we compare it versus the opposition. If they're equal, there's 4 of them. And it's only 4. In other words, if there was 5, if I had 5 here, I would not be concerned. Okay, but I only have 4. So if we're going to start applying the rules, which it's looking like it's getting into that situation, then we're going to go into the shelter. Okay, So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I feel like I should follow the rules here. Starting to, because of this approach. This approach doesn't look good to me. I don't like it, especially this one. So I am going to take the cautionary roll now. I'm going to start paying attention to the enemies because we're getting more solid. So I'm going to stay in the shelter for this and see what happens. Okay, 14. All right, let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm good. I am now, and I know it's crazy, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go with a half unit on 10 to 15. And let's just see what happens. Fivers I have seen fail, but not with the King of the Hill. This is the King of the Hill, so this will be the first time if it happens. So let's go. Okay, there it is, 26. That's our enemy. Okay. And our first progression loss. It's, whoa, they both went together. See, I don't know why this happens, but it does. It's the neighbors, these PLEs and BSEs, they clump. I don't know why, but they do. And I do know, I mean, no, actually I don't know why they clump. You know, they only share a single street. So it's just bizarre that they do. But okay. So that doesn't really matter. I mean, you know, it's not related to our situation. Okay, but this is 25 to 30 definitely is. Okay, we've logged 34. We're in here. We're in it to win it. So let's spin. Alrighty, that's what I like to see. That's what I want to see. Okay, so we've got 559.89, and let's take a look. Okay, we still have 5s, a strong 5. I like this. Okay, this is King of the Hill. It's early, but this is King of the Hill. So I'm going to stick with it at half a unit, and let's keep going. See what happens here. 27. It's our neighbor to our... No, it is our enemy. Okay, very good. So keep going. 31. Okay. 16. Ooh, okay. 32. Okay, this is coming back. Alright, see, this is what I'm talking about, the danger. But we have a 5er, so on the King of the Hill. So I have not seen that fail yet. So let's go ahead and keep spinning. Ooh, there we go. Alright, doubling. This is still within expectation. Okay, 18. And here is expectation. Alright, we didn't get it. So raising some concerns about the status of where we're at right now. Let's keep spinning and see how fast we get a hit. Okay. 19. Alrighty, and here comes 3. And you see the dispersion is the reason why we have concern. The reason I'm betting is because we do have 5 STR. We had a 5 STR, so that's why I'm betting. I will forego the concern if my selection has a strong enough STR. So here we go. All right, that's not bad. I mean, obviously we lost some ground, but let's see what happens. What we look like. 559.93, and let's take a look. Okay, so now we have 4. So now again, I am concerned. So I want to check the opposition, and I'm talking about 25 to 30 is what I'm talking about. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's lopsided. Okay, and then 7 to 12 is not even a factor. Okay, and so I'm lopsided. I didn't even realize it, but that's okay. I'm gonna go into the shelter. I don't like betting lopsided. Okay, and the reason is because this street, this number, and this number on this street are empty, and therefore we're relying upon, for what it's worth, a single street. We're relying too much upon another street. This is unbalanced. We're sure it's full, but we're relying upon it. It has to come in. If it doesn't come in, then we're only looking at one number to support an entire street. So I think that makes a statistical difference. And so I'm going to be in the shelter during this lopsided performance. Every time, actually. I actually will follow that no matter what. I mean, even if there was no competition and there was no advancing, but because there is, I mean, it doesn't make any difference. I'm doing it anyway, but that should raise if concerns. So 25 to 30, here it is. Right, we checked it, right. So anyway, I'm going to be in the shelter for the next coup. Let's see what happens. $22. All right. 25. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Number 2. Number 1. Okay. 28. Ouch. Ouch. See, this is what I'm talking about. So let's keep going. Yep. This is a good time to be in the shelter. I'm glad I'm in the shelter. Yep. Okay. 16. 4. Number 11. Alright. Alright. So we took a hit. Let's see what it looks like. It's not going to be good. Yep. We're down to 2. We still have objectively King of the Hill. Way too low on performance. There's no way we're going to... there's just no way that we're going to be betting here. It's just not going to happen. Let's see. 7 to 12 is not a factor. Okay. But... okay, that's lopsided, but it's still 4. And look at this. Well, there's a 5er. See, there is no way I'm going to bet up against a 5er. There's just no way. With it being this close and only having 4. I mean, if those numbers were far apart, I would. That's fine. I can deal with it, but not when they're this close. No. No, purse. No. We don't really know which one the wheel's going to choose here for the long term. We have no idea. Okay, and I need to find out what it is, and I'm not about to risk money to find out. Why do I have to do that, right? So let's stay in the shelter and see what happens. Let's let the wheel show us. Okay, like it, like that. I want to see stuff like that, and I want to see it. I want to know the reality. So okay, well there it is. It's only 3. Okay, so I'm not gonna leave the shelter for that, but I'm happy, but not leaving the shelter. Okay, 33. 1. I mean, we want the wheel to show us that 10 to 15 is the king of the hill. We're asking for proof. Like that. I'm looking for a little reassurance, put it that way. Because look, if it's the king of the hill, it's going to light up, okay? And I know it's taking hits, and I realize this, but there's no way I don't bet 3s. I don't. I'm not betting here. So I'll see more. I'll see more. Okay. And all right. That's fine. I don't mind. And our enemies are falling off. It looks like this is really the king of the hill. 7 to 12. It's coming back. Yeah, and 3 and 3. We're sharing this wonderful 11. But let's keep going. Okay. Still in the shelter. 21. It's better to be safe than sorry. I mean, wow, that's nice. Okay, 15, huh? So, alright. So now I've got 4. Okay, I'm feeling a whole lot better about things. Our enemies have fallen off. 7 to 12 is actually an enemy, and look at that, it's relying upon 1, and we're sharing 2, so I love that. And then I have 2 versus it's 1, so I like this situation. I like 10 to 15. I'm considering myself superior to 7 to 12 because I am, and this is 10 to 15. This is granted, it's only 4, but there's no threats. I'm not holding these as threats. Okay, and so let's start betting again. And we're going to go half a unit, obviously, not going overboard on that. It's only a 4. So let's see what happens. All right. That's what we want to see. And so we have 515. We want the wheel to show us 10 to 15 is the king of the hill. It's what's being chosen. Okay, and so that's what we want to be cognizant of. All right. So I have absolutely no reason to stop betting at this point. It's only a 4, but I'm running with it because there's no threat. Okay, there's no threat. 7 to 12 is not a threat, so let's keep going. 21. Okay, well, that's the neighbor. Okay, let's 33. Okay. All right. See what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about. That's how the King of the Hill operates. King of the Hill will, because it cannot be the King of the Hill without hitting multiple times in less than expectation. That's what the definition of the King of the Hill is. Okay, and therefore, in order for it to be the King of the Hill, it has to fulfill the role of the King of the Hill, which means getting more hits than expectation. That's it. So that's the answer. That is the answer. And all right, now I could call it right here. Okay, and let's see what we're looking at anyway. All right, still at 4, but looks very, very strong, obviously. Unfortunately, we have this just fell asleep, and this one's been sleeping. This is a deep sleeper. So, well, let's see what happens. I'm going to keep going, and I'll call this soon, maybe. I think I've demonstrated how it works. I'll check 7 to 12 real quick. Okay, and again, favorable, very favorable. Yep, 2 to 1. So, all right. So here we go. 10 to 15. Oh, did I put it in? Yeah, I did. All right. So here we go. 01. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I talk too much and I can't keep track of stuff. So, okay. 19. Okay, so far so good. Although 7 to 12 just took 2 hits in a row. Okay, that's concerning. It was selfish that its other street has just woke up. So, okay, here we go. It doesn't affect me. I'm still spinning through, but just pointing it out. So here's expectation. All right, and let's see how fast we can get a hit if we're still, operating like a King of the Hill. All right. Okay, so here we go. This is gonna be 3. All right. 20. Okay, now we're gonna start marching. So we want to hit here if it's the King of the Hill. Okay. I mean here in the march, this march right here. 5. Okay, 18. All right. 6. It's still marching. All right, there we go. All right, so let's see what it looks like. What's the damage? Because we were outside of expectation there. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. Okay, we still have 4. Okay. Yep. There's what we're looking at. We're wanting these to wake up. The concern is 7 to 12, which is actually our enemy. And it's looking pretty hot here. This is not favorable. This is the street that is our enemy. Okay, this street right here is gonna kill us. All right, it's got a 5er, and yeah, we share these 2, but we don't share these 3, and we only have 2 to our name, and so not liking that at all. So the question is, how close are they? Well, 50 to 38. Okay, pretty close. Okay, and the good news is, no competition. Okay, it's pretty much dominating the board. And it's always convenient when you have the King of the Hill and Queen of the Hill adjacent, 2 hits apart. Yeah, it is worrisome. Yeah, especially with two sleepers versus what? Oh man, only one sleeper. Oh well, there's no way you don't. I do not switch. No. Um, but that's my choice. I mean, do I want to run with this? This is looking super hot. You know, against a stronger opposition. You know. Um, yeah. Hmm. Okay. Well, I'll take it from the shelter. I'll take it from the shelter and see what happens. Now let's just see what happens. Okay. Well, that's what happens. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, I'm happy. One of our deep sleepers came in. It's number 15. So I will definitely take that. Yep, and that's equal. Mm. That's 3 versus 3. Yeah, we're slightly better on this one here. Number 13 is an advantage. So I like that. And 6 and 3 we share. So yeah, I think we're superior, and it is a fiver. Fivers will preclude the need to really worry about it. They do fail, but not. I have not seen one on the King of the Hill fail. I've seen like one of these will have a fiver that'll fail. One of the, like this one will have a fiver that'll fail. But I've never seen the King of the Hill do it. Not yet. So I am, trying to figure out how things work and watching it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm on a fiver. I'm going to go half a unit, and I think it's we're superior to 712, and I think I'm expecting both to come in, but I expect 10 to 15 to remain and to go higher. So I expect to updraft with 10 to 15. Because it doesn't have a fiver, right? Is that right? Let me see here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it does. All right. Well, they both share fibers. So, like I said, they're both going to come in. So I definitely expect that to happen. So let's just see. 26. It's our enemies. Okay, but they're way in the background right now. Okay, 32. Okay, 1. All right. Ooh, a little rebellion here. They're trying to catch up from the PLE. Ooh, okay, double. I'm a fiver. I'm happy. I am not worried. Okay, 21. Okay, we missed expectations, so that's no good. 34. Okay, and let's see how quick we can get a hit on this. Let's see if if it's going to behave like King of the Hill. All right, there we go. And so it was outside of expectation, but it was early in the progression. So that's what you want to see with a King of the Hill. That's a yellow hit. That's normal. All right, and now we're down to 4. Okay, so 7 to 12 is also down to 4. 2 versus. Okay, pretty much equal on that. No major concerns elsewhere on the board. This is fitting the profile. 10 to 15 versus 7 to 12. Okay, so I see no reason to stop betting. So 10 to 15. And I'm going to keep going. So here we go. All right. And it was all hours. All hours. So that's going to be 560.14. And we still got 4 versus 4, and we're sharing, and ours is superior. So I mean, we all like this. 10 to 15. So we keep going. All right, all hours, all hours. So now this is 560.19, and now we're still at 4. Okay, I'll cross the board. So I'm going to keep going. Go. All right, we shared that one. So okay, so that's why it's good to have the queen of the hill as your neighbor, because your source of competition is going to give you 50% of their hits to you too. So that's why it's common to have king of the hill and queen of the hill. I mean, I apologize. That's why it's common to have king of the hill and its neighbor be good. The neighbors are good. And a good healthy sign is that both neighbors will be good, but it's not dependent. It's each selection is dependent on itself. Um, but in this case, this happens to be the queen of the hill, so that's why it's better. So anyway, let's look. Did I look yet? Yeah. All right. And okay, we're sharing two. Yeah, much better, much better. So I'm gonna stick with it. So here we go. Okay. 21. Okay. 17. Okay. 6. 35. All right, doubling. 28. Okay. Here's expectation. All right, that's what I'm talking about. You understand, king of the hill is the king of the hill. The only way it can remain and be the king of the hill is if it gets hits within expectation multiple times. It's the only way. There's no other way. Okay, so that's RNG bias. It's what it is. Okay, it's a fact. All right, and aha, our competition has fallen off. We are now dominant over the entire board. That's it. Long live the king, 118 spins. Okay, calling it right here. So thanks for watching.